Once upon a time, there was a man, and he went out to war. And while he was out in the war, he ended up getting shot straight through, like right here. Boom! It left a hole about the size of 2 apples. Boom! This size hole in his chest, but he survived. But he always went around with this hole. And so when he came back to society, he put clothes over it so you couldn't see that there was this massive hole here. But he knew there was a hole there. And some part of him wanted to fill it. Some part of him thought, this isn't right. It went all the way through the front to the back. Just a hole, big old hole. You could put your arm through it. Some part of him thought that this isn't right. I want something in here, in this hole in my body. So the first thing he tried was clay putty. He took a bunch of clay putty, he molded it into the shape of the hole, and he put it right there. And he went out, and it was just the same day as normal. He had clothes on, nobody knew the difference. And he recognized that it didn't change anything. So he thought, okay, well, what else could I put in this hole? He was sitting down in his living room, and on the TV, he saw an advertisement for a new program that could fix holes in people's bodies. Yeah. And so he decided to sign up for this new trial. He went to the doctor's office, the hospital, and they gave him all the questions, the surveys. And then they went and they put shit in here. It was like fucking screws and gears and bionics and shit. Like Iron Man or something. Except there was no like big light on the front. It was just a bunch of gears and whistles. And they filled it up. And he went out. And there was still no difference. He had his shirt covering everything up, and there was just no difference. He spent all that money, spent all that time, and there was still just a hole. So he thought, what else could I do? So he ripped that shit out. So he just had a hole now, again. Just took that shit out. So he thought to himself, what else could I put in this hole? What would make me feel whole? These damn settings and shit. So he decided to get into the ancient texts. He read a Hindu book about filling yourself with light sources and energies through meditation. And so he sat on his roof, house like this. He sat on his damn roof. Everybody was like, what the fuck is he doing up there? And he meditated. And he tried to fill that hole. And it felt good. You know, his mind calmed. He cared less about the hole. But the hole was there. A massive fucking softball size hole through his fucking chest, all the way out through the backside. And the meditation didn't fix that. He was at his wit's end. He was at his wit's end. And that's when he realized it. He had been trying to put all these things in the hole. And ignoring the fact that the part of him that had gotten shot out, that was already a part of him, was sitting on a glass case in his room. So he went in there. He got his chest out of the glass case, put it right back on, and he returned back to where he was supposed to be. Just a normal guy. The end. I think there's two types of the void. There's the void that is a long-term type of void where you need to accumulate for the future. You need this in the future or that. You need success or money to fill this void in you that says that there's something missing all the time, constantly. You got to keep on keeping on and gaining and striving and strategizing and learning and doing constantly to appease this void. But I think there's another one that I am fearful to look at. And that's the void of, in this moment, having nothing going on, how painful that is when there's nothing going on. Maybe not painful, but there's something. It could be painful. And you fill it with taking a sip of coffee or turning on the phone to record or playing a video game or hitting the vape or going for a walk. Or you sitting in stillness is hard. Now, meditation is a thing, but to be quite frank with you, I believe that there are many things in this world that come across as good things, but are not, simply put. So, like, in the Bible, an obvious one is it says, that's a get with all the astrology bullshit, right? And so as men, typically we don't. Typically, that's more of a girlish thing, kind of like how Eve was the one eating the apple. Typically, all that witchcraft and astrology shit is more of a girly thing, but sometimes dudes fall into it too. I know at times I've gone into it. But then where it gets a little bit, is meditation. Is meditation right with God? Because I've heard it said that it's not. That just as the devil can create thoughts in your head, he can also create feelings of bliss when you're doing the things that he wants you to do, like opening yourself up to demonic activity by emptying out your mind. So when that void, that in the moment void comes on, I think prayer helps to take a second and say, wow, God, hold on. You created all of this, and thank you. And I'm going up there with you, and I'm excited for that. That helps. And I'm not sure exactly why it feels hard in the moment to get down on your knees and do it. But it does, it can. But yeah, there's two types of voids. There's that overarching long-term, I need success, I need wealth, I need prosperity and women and things of the world. I need to be able to travel on a good car to show off, to fill that void, that emptiness. I gotta keep striving, keep doing, keep going. And then there's the moment, there's in the moment type of void where it's, I need something in each moment to keep me entertained. And that is a painful void. Especially maybe it's bigger in some of us. I think that leads to depression when you can't get out of bed because nothing seems to fill that void besides laying in bed, kind of giving up. Huge. That zero motivation, that not even being able to turn on the TV because nothing is filling it. And that's where God comes into play. He's meant to be the one that fills that void. A long, long time ago, we were with God in the garden, and Eve ate an apple, and it ripped us away. We ate it too. But ever since then, there's been a void, a need for God, and we can't see it as that, or we don't see it as that, as a need for God. Sometimes we don't even recognize that there's a void there in the first place because we're too young, too immature, haven't gone through enough maybe, or just simply are worried about looking at it, scared. But the void's there, and it's a void. It's a God-sized void. You're never gonna fill it with cars and houses and women and friends and money and whatever else. It's a God-sized void. Eternal. Because that's who created us. That's who breathed life into us, and who we first opened our eyes to was God himself, the creator. And so when we were ripped from him, it created that void, and it can never be filled except with the creator himself. And so in each individual moment, that type of void probably be best filled with prayer. I've noticed that thoughts themselves don't really get you out. Just thinking prayer don't really, you gotta physically get on your knees. And here lately, honestly, I can't do it for long. It's like I do it for a couple seconds and then I just gotta move on to getting in bed or going downstairs. But I think that moment to moment void of I need something right now is best filled with a prayer, and then it probably eases the next moments. But not just sitting wherever you are, or laying wherever you are, being wherever you are, and just simply thinking a prayer. I don't think that works. I think it works better than not, but I don't think it's going to get you out of that void. Not unless you get down on your knees and say, God, thank you. This is all truly amazing. You've created this entire world for me to walk around in. You've placed these people and these events. You've planned it all out for me. Thank you. You see in me what I can't see. You see righteousness, godliness. You want me to be with you. You love me. You think I'm cool. These are the types of things we want to pray.